No, I take precautions. Don't misunderstand me. I do take precautions to look after myself. Mm-hmm. Every morning I take exercises. Wow. I walk. Sometimes I run. I take exercises every time. I make sure that my body is warm. I have a lot of clothing that controls my chest and so on. That there is fire somewhere that I can be able to warm myself. I go out of my way to make sure that actually I eat a balanced diet. I go out of the way to make sure that I obey social distancing within my offices, where I work and so on. For instance, the offices that we have here, people who work in this office, I make sure that they get a meal at lunch hour. They eat food. Yeah, they eat solid food every lunch hour. There is social distancing within the office and so on. But what I do object to is to give the impression that when you have wearing a mask, you have taken care of the problems of coronavirus. There you are being very simplistic. The problem is much more than that. Attend to eating habits of people. People who have got diabetes, for instance, they should be attended to by the state to make sure that they are getting funding so that they can make sure they are eating well, they are eating proper food, and so on. But you cannot just keep on talking about mask. There are a lot of things that have been done. And it is most unfortunate that the United Nations, WHO, the Director General, has tried to emphasize on wearing of masks. The problem is much more than that. There has to be feeding. People have to live in healthy surroundings. People have to receive exercises. People have to live in good houses and so on. All these are the responsibilities that have to be carried out by the state. Take, for instance, America and United Kingdom. Their governments have gone out of the way to make sure that people are getting certain amounts of money. Those who are in unfortunate positions, they are getting certain amounts of money so that they can be able to continue to enjoy a certain lifestyle. In our country here, have we done that? The answer is no. We only told you, the minister, the cabinet secretary, Mr. Honorable Mutahi Kagwe, all that he keeps on emphasizing is masks, and social distancing. You go to places like Dakariti, there's no social distancing. Go to the rural areas, there's no social distancing. And still people seem to be doing pretty well and so on. The point I'm trying to make to you, let us as a community and as a government go a step further to see what we can do for those who may be in unfortunate positions, who cannot be able to enjoy a certain lifestyle, what assistance we can give them so that they can actually be able to resist this COVID-19.
Besides that, what exactly do you feel are the key issues that the political leaders in the country are angling for in regard to the change of the new constitution through the BBI process, which is actually being fronted by the ODM leader Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta?
Can I answer you that? There's nothing wrong with the governance structure. What is wrong is with ourselves as individuals. Some of us, when we join those positions, we go there because we want to make money. We want to be rich. We want to build our own hotels, or we want to build certain things of wonderful houses and what and so on. The problem is with us. And one of the things that the president could leave behind as a legacy is that come 2022, before 2022, he can begin to create a certain climate of individuals to try, or among our Kenyans, to try to show them that, look, when it comes to elections, make sure that you elect the right people to represent you in the parliament, to represent you in the county assemblies. The problem is our own leaders. It's not with the constitution at all. There's nothing wrong with this constitution. What is wrong is with ourselves.
We are celebrating the constitution at a time when there is some sort of division over the share of the Kenya's resources. Mm-hmm. What exactly will be your advice?
Let us acknowledge the fact that in Kenya, there are some countries, some areas that were marginalized for a long time. And they are still marginalized even now. You look at our cousins, brothers and sisters in Turkana area in northern Kenya. look at the way they look like. You can see people whose bodies are emaciated. What the government should do is this. There should be an enactment of a statute by the Kenyan Parliament that addresses the issues, financial issues or development issues of these areas, in addition to whatever they may be given by the Senate. Apportionment by the Senate does not really answer the problems at all. A lot of members of Parliament in this country are actually people who live in Nairobi. They don't live in those areas at all. That's a very unfortunate situation. People who are in the Senate, a lot of them do not live in the areas where they were elected at all. They live in the urban areas of the country. There is need to get people in those areas who actually live in those areas, who experience problems of those areas all the time.